Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be some recent pickups I've got and also some recent meetups I've had. So first up, I picked up in the recent Arrow sale, Game Trilogy. This is a one that I've had my eye on for a long time. Now there's three movies in here, obviously a trilogy, and £18. I was a bit on the fence with it. When I saw it for £12, I thought perfect. Got a lovely slip on it. It was a no-brainer to get this one. I have it on my list. Got a nice booklet in there as well. And you get the discs. You get one film on one disc and you get two films on the other. I've obviously flipped this artwork around. And this is when I get my Arrow stuff. If I'm honest, sometimes I think the prices on Arrow are quite, a bit over the top. Although this is not £18 for three movies isn't that bad. I get most of my Arrow stuff in sales now. This is going to be one of the ones that I hope to get around to in August. I know I'm talking about watching loads of stuff in August, and I have watched quite a bit recently. So if these films are worth a recommendation, I will talk about them on a future video. So that's Game Trilogy. So the other day we had a YouTube channel meetup in Newcastle, and Sammy J had put this together. He was originally going to meet Jordan, Movie Worm, and I heard about that. And I said, is there any chance of tagging along? And he says, yeah, no problem. So we got in touch with Nige, and Nige came along, and we had a blast. It was so funny. It's always fun when you get together with Nige and Sam, and we'll just sit there and just talk about everything and everything. And we'll have such a good time. And it was great to actually finally meet Jordan after a lot of times of talking to him on videos and also talking to him in comments and private messages. And we all agreed that we thought Jordan was such a nice bloke, and we can't wait to meet him again. For me, personally, I'm a big fan of Jordan and what he does, and I'll leave a link down to all these channels down below. Everyone I know, I would imagine to be exactly the same in real life, if not nicer. And Jordan's a fine example of this. Jordan was the first one to ever give me a shout out on YouTube, and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. So it was great to actually thank Jordan for that in the flesh. That just the banter and everything was so fun. I mean, we're sat in this coffee shop forever. They must see us coming in and buying our coffee and then thinking, I wish they'd clear off because we're there for about 3 hours. So when I was looking on the shelves, there was a title I was really interested in. It was Devil Girl from Mars. And I remember it came out in January and the audio sync was massively off. Now it was there for the two for £15 sale. I picked this up with another one and I thought, right, I'm getting this. But I said to Nigel, I said, you know what it is? I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't think I looked online, I couldn't find anything about this thing getting put back out again. Now I do think that maybe they had a few left and this was put on the shelf, although apparently they were all meant to be recalled. So Nigel, I'll leave a link down to Nigel's video about our meetup. And Nigel said that I picked all the stuff up and put it back, but I did put it back because I was quite unsure about this Devil Girl from Mars because it actually was a brilliant movie and I couldn't wait to watch it. But when the sync was off, I just thought I can't physically watch this. I would hate to buy this one again and just have the same problem. So does anybody out there know if Devil Girl from Mars has been put back out again? Because I never heard anything about it and there's nothing online to say it has. So I really do think, especially if you're looking again on this 2 for 15 sale in the Cult Classics, I think it's called the label. I do think you might want to hesitate because, or if you bought one, can you tell me if that's actually the sync has been sorted on that, which I highly doubt. So anyway, that was a little thing about what I was going to buy, but I didn't actually buy it in the end. But the actual meetup was just second to none, and I just hope we can all do that again real soon. And I just had a blast. We all had a blast, so that was amazing. The other day, I went back to Newcastle and I met my good friend Stephen Pratt. Now, Stephen had sent me the Guinea Pig movies, amongst other great stuffs, a narrow box set, absolutely brilliant. And we had been sort of putting together a plan to meet up and actually came to fruition. And we met up and we done the usual thing. I said, right, I said, I just finished work in the morning. I said, right, let's go and get a cup of coffee. So I went and had a good chat. And you know what? I did say to Stephen, I says, when collectors get together, and I tell you what, his knowledge of movies is absolutely spectacular. I couldn't believe the stuff he was coming out with. And I says, wow, Stephen. I felt like saying to him, Stephen, do you mind if we meet up a lot more so we can just chew the fat again? Because it's great when you see a collector or you meet a collector who's got similar interests and your mindset's the same. And we can talk about little things and he knows what I'm talking about and vice versa. It was brilliant. So I really enjoyed meeting Stephen, and it's great to actually be able to say to the person in the flesh, to say, thank you very much for the stuff you sent to me. Sometimes it comes across a little bit, the same on a video, but in the flesh you can kind of really, say like it is. Like it's so like really like knocks you back to receive things like this. And I said to Stephen, I said, I'll be trying to get these watched in the month of August, or at least some of them. And then we went across to HMV. In a way, I was glad I went back with Stephen because I did actually pick up some good stuff, some stuff that I didn't really see on my first visit. And actually, there's one here that was full price and it was actually £5 off when I went back. So I was really glad I went back to this. And I've been after this for a long time. So first of all, when the horror section, we're having a big chat about this and that. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? That's a sequel to this, all that type of thing. You know, the stuff that we like talking about. And it's great to be able to get a reciprocal talk because the person you talk to is not sitting, my God, what's he on about? It's kind of, you know, backwards and forwards, which is brilliant. I keep going on about the fact I like-minded people, but there's nothing better than meeting like-minded people and just chewing the fat. That's what it's all about. And you can have so much fun doing it. You know, it's not about trying to dissect everything. It's about, did you like that? Yeah, it was good. It was just daft. It was silly. It was, some people say it's the worst film ever made, but I love it. And I say, yeah, well, I love it as well because of that exact reason. So Stephen pointed out to me, have you seen that one? And I went, hang on a minute, I need that one. So for $7.99, I bought Cobweb. Now, I honestly didn't think this had a UK release. I don't really look into what's out and about. I just usually try and like see things or bump into them and think, oh wow, I'll get that one. Totally missed this one. Now, it's in this one. I've moved it to an American case because my good friend Dave Ramsden has come to help, and he gave me the slipcover for this. And I knew I had it, and I thought, oh, I'll just go and get the American one because I thought when I had the US slip off Dave, that's where it was from, and you couldn't get it over here. You know, because some of these ones, like Shudder stuff, doesn't come over here, all that type of thing. So anyway, picked it up. And when I got back, actually it was the next morning, I watched a little bit before I went to work. I need to finish this one off. I'm going to go and see Longlegs again tonight with my son. When Stephen said, he said, you know, what about this? And I said, right, I said, I'm getting that. He said it was a good movie. So I watched a little bit of it, and I do think it's going to be a really creepy movie. And I like the setting of it. I don't know what time it's from. Maybe it's set in the 70s or the 80s. It doesn't look like it was set today, but the picture quality is absolutely stunning. It looks incredible, as it always, you know, would do. I don't know if there's a 4K out of this, but it looks like the 4K would look really good. But I really want to get into this, really want to watch this one, because Stephen said he likes to get a movie and watch it straight away. And I thought, yeah, I've got to get more into that. I've got to get into getting these watched quickly and not put them on the shelves and say, I'll save that till X time. And it never happens, or something else comes along. Thanks to Dave Ramsden, obviously, and thanks to Stephen for pointing it out to me. That's Cobweb. So next up is another one that Stephen recommended to me. It is Curse 2, The Bite. 14.99. Lovely slipcover on this. It's got reversible art. Now, the reversible art, I have seen this. This is something I've seen this cover. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen this cover. Now, I said to Stephen, I said, look, it's Curse 2. What about the Curse? He said none of them actually follow on from each other. It's just like a standalone movie, probably called The Bite and lumped into the Curse 2. Now, Curse is, you can tell by the font, Curse is actually, I think you can get in the US. I will go and buy it because it is a standalone one as well as this one is. They're all Italian. I know there's more of them as well, as I just found out. It's like a Curse 4 and stuff like that. I think this came out in around about 88 or 89. It is from 88 films, actually. And lovely slipcover. Really glad I picked it up. And thanks to Stephen for recommending this to me because when we were talking about what he liked and disliked, I thought, you know what it is? You were like reading me mind. It was like we had such um, a similar taste. So when people have got similar tastes, there's plenty of people on YouTube that have, and they recommend stuff. I think, right, I'm after that because I know if they enjoyed it, I will enjoy it as well. So want to get this checked out again really quickly. That's Curse 2, The Bite. So last up was the one I've been putting up for such a long time, and it is The Blood on Satan's Crow 4K by 88. It's the T-Gon series that they've got. Now, the reason why I put it off is because I've got the previous Blu-ray. Now, what I'm going to do is, on a separate video, probably when I watch this one, I will talk a bit more in depth about this. Now, we'll do screenshots and comparisons and talk about what I think about it. Really, this is a lovely release from Screenbound, and it's got the slipcover on. It's got a limited edition, 3,314 of 4,000. That's my number. And There's another one I put on the shelf and I want to watch it in a bit of a series of folk horror movies, which I never got around to. So this is packed with extras, and also it has on here, and it doesn't have on there, the commentary from the League of Gentlemen, which I think the League of Gentlemen, their humour is completely like this. I remember thinking when I looked at this and saw their commentary on it, I thought, you know what it is? It reminds me of the setting of the shop, the local shop, corner shop that's in the middle of nowhere. It's run by Edward and Tubbs, Tat Syrup. So this version will always stay with me, and it's got some exclusive extras on. But this version here, if you want the best version of it, it is this version. The picture quality in here is absolutely stunning. I got told off loads of people because I'd said, well, if it's just the same as that one, what's the point? But a lot of people have said this is next level. And I will go into more details about this. And when I got it, I knew what would happen. As soon as I picked it up and I looked at it, I know the slipcover is amazing. I thought, I'm going to get bitten by the bug, the T-gun bug, and I think I have been. So I will now start to go and get these ones. I do think £30 for these 4Ks is a little bit extravagant, but you do get 2 discs in it. You do get a booklet. You do get, this lovely thick slipcover. So there is a lot going for it. But I do really think that I'd like to get it with a little bit of money off. So £25 is about what I think it should start off with, not £29, £29.99. But what a film this is. I always say this has got Michelle Dot Rice in it, or that's how the Lisa, that's the Deborah's sister, says it, not Dotrice. Yeah, this is a great film. This is a great movie, great folk horror movie, one of the best ones as well. I hold this right up there with the Wicker Man. Wicker Man? Michael?
Where's me ladders?
The Wicker Man. This has got such a good cast in it. When I was flicking through it and I was remembering the people that was in it because I haven't seen this movie for a long time. In fact, I haven't seen this one yet. Can you believe it? That's another one that's been on the shelf for, like I say, to watching it with other ones, but never got around to it. But I want to start getting around to things now, as I've said. This is the definitive version of this, and I do recommend to you. Now, what I want to do is I want to try and get Witchfinder General, which I have got as well on a Blu-ray, but I remember the Blu-ray on it looked really like scratchy. This has got no dirt in it at all, and this one is just clean. It's perfect. The cast, like I say, is amazing, and I want to get this watched, and I will do a comparison of it like very soon, and I will talk about these other ones. I want to do some watches. I do. Well, haven't done for a long time. What I've watched in a certain month, I will get those up to date, and I was probably put on here the best of what I've watched in the last 7 months or something. So I want to say a big thanks to everyone I've met recently. I want to say thanks to Sam, Nige, Jordan, and Stephen. And thanks again, Stephen, for recommending me this one and also pointing this one out to me. Been after this for a while. Didn't even know it existed in the UK. And yeah, I will be getting all of this type of thing looked at. Oh, don't forget this one as well. So yeah, so thanks once again for watching. You take care, especially you lot, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.